you want to know where the price of Bitcoin is actually heading to and the wider markets, then this is the video for you. Bitcoin is currently at a pathetic price of 59,000 US dollars. It's languishing at the lows. The bulls were wrong again. A few months ago, or a few weeks ago, they were calling for higher prices. The price was heading up higher and higher, and you can feel the euphoria in the air, only to see Bitcoin hurdle all the way down and form new lows. They were fighting me almost 8-9 months ago, and I told them the show is over. Welcome back to the channel. This is The Big Short. This is going to be the beginning of the end. And a lot of folks don't understand we are already in a bear market. So right now, I'm going to add some more to my shorts. Okay. So we're forming a pattern right over here. Okay. The exact same pattern right here is being played out. Okay. We came back down. We bounced. Went halfway through. We bounced. We came back down. Up again to this area to 113. All right. I have some leverage plays and I'm going to add more leverage on top of here. Okay, and I'm going to continue to short. This is the beginning of the end, the absolute beginning of the end. All right, I don't like to do this, but a lot of folks don't realize that we're heading into a vicious bear market. And I do have to hedge myself. At the end of the day, only 1% of crypto participants actually make money. 99% don't. This is the setup and this is the play. Okay, this is for my VIP. I'm going to stop. My very VIP. I'm going to stop right there. This was almost 8-9 months ago, ladies and gentlemen. The crowd didn't believe me. They were really upset. I was getting spat at. They did not want to believe it. And now almost, I'll say 70% of the crowd is slowly turning into my side. We have more and more participants calling for lower prices. Back then, no one believed me. Now today, we're doing the same thing, but you want to still fight me. This is a fractal and it looks almost identical. It's a carbon copy. You can take a photo, say cheese, and it looks exactly the same. In this current cycle, we have completely different news to the previous cycle. So riddle me this. Why does the pattern look the same? Why does everything look the same? In the previous cycle, we formed a dead cat bounce. We swept the highs, just like this cycle, we formed a dead cat bounce. We swept the highs, formed a pathetic high at 126,000 US dollars. Likewise, we done the same thing in the previous cycle. We made a pathetic high of around 69,000 and some change. During mania, all the bulltards came out in strength. They called for higher prices, 80k, 100k, 150, 200,000 US dollars. Sell your house, sell your kidney, sell your mother, sell your children. We're going up much higher, and that was the peak at top. We headed into selling climax and the volume increased. History always repeats. The bulltards came out in strength. This time they were more outlandish, calling for even higher prices, 500k, a milli, 2 milli, 5 milli. Sell everything. Sell your mother, your children, everything. And that was the peak at top. We headed into selling climax and the volume increased. In the previous cycle, we formed a distribution pattern. The bulltards were calling for higher prices once again. We formed an upthrust. This was distribution. Likewise, in this current bear market, we're doing the exact same thing. We formed distribution, further upthrust, and we headed into selling climax. Likewise, the same thing happened. We headed into selling climax, and the volume both increased. In the previous cycle, we had 2 selling climaxes. The first one right over here, and the second one was right over here. In this current cycle, we just had 1 selling climax with the volume increasing. The previous cycle had 2 selling climaxes. And here we are, living in this simulation where we're always meant to be. You wanted to fight me, kept on fighting me, and kept on fighting me even more. Yeah, I was right, and you was dead wrong. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to see what I'm about to tell you. In the previous cycle, we formed selling climax. We oscillated around this range and then finally broke out. We continued to go up higher. All the bulltards were calling for higher prices back then. And unfortunately, the price structure broke down and we headed all the way to the lower region of this distribution range. Likewise, in this current cycle, we formed selling climax. The volume increased. We oscillated around this range. We broke out and all the bulltards, everyone was calling calling for higher prices. MicroStrategy is buying. Michael Saylor has formed a new ETF. He has a money glitch. We're going into a new paradigm. As a result, I took profits and kept it moving. We hurtled into another selling climax. This time we didn't even briefly stop to range or backtest. This one was a cataclysmic drop all the way into the lower ranges. Where are the bulls now? Where are the price cheerleaders now? They got nothing else to say, but let's just DCA, guys. Let's just DCA down, guys. In the previous cycle, we retested the lower areas of this distribution range for quite some time. We hit it a few times. 1, 2, 3, and we bounced. And then finally, during the midterm elections, we headed into a massive cataclysmic dump. You know what I'm going to say next. I said this in the previous video. We are not categorically or going to make durable lows, ladies and gentlemen. We might wick down lower, and for all of these bears, it's a bear trap. We could hit 57,000 US dollars and some change, and then for both the bulls and the bears. Then finally, when I hear every bulltard say, this is the bottom, this is categorically the bottom, then ladies and gentlemen, we will make new lows. A bottom is not formed by bulltards or by the consensus saying that this is the bottom. A bottom is actually formed when no one on the planet, no one is brave enough to call a bottom, including myself. Head over to our website. It's a new and improved website, and we've got plenty of alpha on there that you can use freely. Any of this is all free to the public, and you can use it for your own analysis. We're going to build a whole library of charts and index and alpha that the public can freely use. I got the 2018 bear cycle. I got the 2022 bear cycle. I got the 2018 bear cycle, and I have the 2014 bear cycle. And every single cycle in the summer, we tend to move sideways. We don't make durable lows, ladies and gentlemen. In the summer, we move sideways, bleed, and this is distribution. Then finally, during the midterm election, we head down. Every single cycle has done this. However, if you want to listen to the bulls and the price cheerleaders, then this time is different. Let's have a yonder down Ethereum's bear market cycle. We have the 2018 bear market cycle, we got the 2022 bear market cycle, and currently we have this current bear cycle. Now, the closest comparison and correlation is actually the 2018 bear cycle. Surprisingly, it is not actually the 2022 bear cycle. In the 2018 cycle, we had a drop in the beginning of the year. In the 2026 bear cycle, we had a drop in that year as well. Then we had another drop in 2018. Likewise, in this current bear cycle, we had one penultimate drop. And then finally, in the midterm election, we have another drop. So 3 drops in total. But for the meantime, like I said, we're going to move sideways during the summer months. This is Solana bear market comparison, and we pretty much did something similar to the previous cycle. In the previous cycle, we moved sideways to up and then finally dropped. In this current cycle, we're going to do the same things in the summer, and then finally, we break their necks. That's it for now, guys. If you like my content, share it, like it, subscribe. It really helps the algo. In next week's episode, I'm going to be talking about Bitcoin dominance. I think the herd, 99.9% of folks, have got this wrong.